Long time no see. Hi, namaskaram and welcome back. In this video, I'll be sharing about my experience of BSP and Soonya. In the first video that I've already made a video in which I've already told that I was very skeptic before going into this program. The reason was they were consecutive. Bhavasmandana, one day gap, Soonya. Some people told me also that your body is going to break. I was skeptic about that because somehow I knew that I have kept my body in a certain way that even if something wrong happens, even if something very intense happens also, I'll go through it. That I knew. So when I went to BSP, then I knew, oh my God, what they were saying was true. Irrespective of, despite of your body in whatever condition, despite of how many times you are practicing Angamardana or despite of how many times you are practicing Yogasana in a day, if you go through BSP, your body will break it up. So it's again depending upon your way that how you go through it, how intensely you take it up. So I took it very intensely because my body was in amazing condition. So when they share some kind of meditation, some kind of processes, so I went through, I did them much more intensely than I could have done. So there were people who were quite comfortable with after coming out of the BSP as well. It's only because the way they took it or the intensity that they could pick, that was different. So it is again depending upon you. The programs will give you certain things, and based on that, how intense you can make your own experience with that. Because what program will give you, it will give you certain things, but what you will make out of it is up to you. So that is what about the entire program. Not only about BSP, it's about Soonya as well. It's about any other programs like Inner Engineering Online or Completion Sambhavi as well. So they will transmit it, but what you grasp, what you get, it will be again on top of you, on you only. And during BSP as well, there were some certain processes when I went through them. I had to take bath frequently. So there was one day I took around 4 baths and I went to the Surya Kund and I took a dip over there, and I had long hairs. It was again cold weather, it was raining, and I couldn't clean dry my hair. So by the end of the day, I was sick. Another level of cold caught me. So finally somehow BSP ended, and when I was about to go to Soonya, somewhere my body was okay because somewhere I managed that physical pain aspect of it. But what about this cold? What about this cough? Because in the Soonya process you have to do Sukha Kriya and Om chanting. That is what they say before you go for the Soonya as well, that you have to prepare your body. Just a second. This ant, small ant. You have to prepare your body before going for the Soonya, because Soonya is an initiation, and that they will initiate you in something. So if before initiating basically means you have to receive something that they are transmitting. Teaching is something that somebody gives to you. Like a book can teach you, but a book cannot initiate you. A guru can teach you and guru can initiate you as well. So initiation means that it also takes care of how much you are receiving. Imagine when you sit inside a classroom, a teacher teaches you, but what a teacher teaches, he expects everybody to understand everything as it is, right? But when a guru initiates you, they know very specifically that each individual person is going to take in a different way. So that is a difference between teaching and initiating. Both as a process very similar, but it is about the environment, it is about the background situation, it's about the subtle part of it, subtle nature of it. So Soonya is an initiation. So before you go for the initiation, before you go to receive something, you must prepare your body in a certain way so that when you receive it in the proper way. But I will be honest that I have not prepared myself through this balancing sadhana. I did not do Om chanting, did not do this Sukha Kriyas and all. But when I went there, the first day I was sick, and they taught us Surya Kriya and then balancing sadhana. Balancing sadhana did not happen because I was sick, nostril was blocked. I did brisk job, but after doing brisk as well, also 2-3 minutes down there, again, nostril got blocked. So it was so tough because in one nose, breath goes very easily, but another nose, very slowly, very difficult, it doesn't come out. So it was not very proper balance sadhana, but somehow I did it. By the time second day or third day, somehow it happened. But that is not it. My body was so terribly sick that I could not even lift my body. That is how I was sick. But somewhere that energy aspect within me kept me going. So the first day they taught us Surya Sakti. In Surya Sakti you have to do Padahastasana, you have to do Aswashanchalana, you have to do Parvatasana. So these are the asanas where you have to involve yourself completely, and particularly when you are blocked nostril, when the upper part of your body starts becoming heavy, you cannot go properly into the Padahastasana, you cannot do properly Aswashanchalana, neither you can do the Parvatasana as well. So I did Padahastasana, but in the Parvatasana I felt like my soul left there, my body, and it said, it clearly denied me that I'm not going to go to Parvatasana. If you have to do, you do it. So that is how I did my Surya Sakti in the first day. But somewhere I felt that there is an energy within me that kept me going, because if I would have somewhere outside of this ashram, I can assure myself that it would not have happened. Just because I was inside the ashram, the way my body started functioning, I cannot imagine, because it was literally surprising for me. Now then comes Saktichalana Kriya. Saktichalana Kriya is something that I was very excited about, because people have set off a very different mindset about Saktichalana Kriya, because before going to Saktichalana Kriya, one of our senior in office, in fact my team leader told me that once you do Saktichalana Kriya, all of your ailments like your cold, cough and all that thing will go away, it will not be there. And also in Sato's video, if you have seen, she tells that the Saktichalana Kriya is tough for me. It's 20 out of 10. When Sambhavi is 1 out of 10. Initially she used to think that Sambhavi is very tough, but when she started doing Saktichalana Kriya, she knew that Saktichalana Kriya is 20 times tougher than this Sambhavi. But when I went there initially, I did not feel like that it's tough. I felt like, oh, it's very easy. I do not know why people make it like a big deal. So the first Kriya done, Nada Kriya, then Mudra Kriya done, then third Kriya when it started, I knew exactly what people were talking about because my hands were not staying there. But Saktichalana Kriya literally blew my mind, because I knew that if you have any ailment in your body, if you can focus your entire energy system, direct your entire energy system into that aspect of the body, it heals very easily. Because your body is created by this one only. The intelligence that created your body is within the body itself, correct? It is not inside a doctor. So doctor will do the fixed job only. Doctor will just tape it if there is some problem. But your intelligence that within your body has created this body, so it has more power to heal itself as well, correct? So how to heal some part of your body if it is? So that is what Saktichalana Kriya does. Saktichalana basically directly translate, if I translate it into English, it basically translates as directing your energy. Saktichalana. So, so when they started talking about Saktichalana, when they made me experience different mudras, different postures, different breathing patterns, so I could literally experience that how my body is responding to what kind of mudra, what kind of breathing. So every aspect of body, every part of the body, to direct energy to every individual part of the body, there is a particular mudra, there is a particular way of breathing. I literally blew away that I can literally do it. Earlier I was thinking that it is possible, but I did not know how to direct the energies. But after doing Saktichalana Kriya, I knew that, oh, this is what Saktichalana Kriya is all about. So my God, this was just fantastic and mind-blowing for me, because nobody had explained it to me. I experienced it by myself, and first time only it happened to me. But since I am explaining to you right now, if you go for the Soonya, do not expect anything out of it, okay? For you, the program will happen as you have kept yourself up, as your own mindset was. Do not expect anything just because I shared it. Everything that you have already experienced, those things is going to happen only in BSP and in Soonya as well, in both the cases, particularly in BSP only. So in BSP, what will happen to you is that whatever you have experienced throughout your life, those things will happen. If I say something and you take that and you keep it in your mind and you expect that this will happen, this is not going to happen. The reason it happened to me is because I had a strong past with myself, and that past actually helped me to experience something in BSP. What you will experience is not based on your intellectual level, not based on someone said something to you. It will be always based on the experiential level. Whatever you have experienced all of your life, BSP will penetrate through it and go one or two steps, enter, like into it, deeper to it. So somewhere you might feel like, oh, I have experienced this. No, it's not about you have experienced it. It's about you have right now the consciousness to again experience the same thing that you have experienced. So it is not the same experience, it is the second experience. So if I talk about, there are no two same grass on the same planet. So if your experience happens to you, do not think this has happened to me, so BSP had nothing to give me. Pay attention to it. Do become more conscious about how exactly it is happening to you. Experience it physically, not here, because here if you try to experience, you will just end up imagining things, nothing practical will happen. So if you try to pay attention more into your system, then you will realize that something deeper it is not the same as previous time it happened to you. So if you experience that, or if you pay attention, you will go a little deeper into it. And Saktichalana and the BSP is prepared in such a way that it can take you too far if you have that kind of an experience in the past. I'm not talking about the bad things that happen to you or the good things that happen to you. There are a complete different dimension to BSP, the way Sadhguru has planned it, programmed it. It is phenomenal. It is not possible that you can imagine it. It is not possible, literally not possible that you can imagine it unless somebody tells you something. Even if somebody tells you something, you cannot imagine. So again, as I have mentioned, that what they will give you is an aspect of it, but what you will receive it is another aspect of it. So more and more intense you can make yourself, more focused you can make yourself. That is how intense that program can get through you. So it is not about the program, it is also about you, how intensely you are receiving it. Okay, now, so that is like overall about the programs. I'm not going to give you any suggestion to you like do this, like write homeworks, it will happen to you, do Sukha Kriya or it will happen to you. No, everything that they are saying, you follow it as it is. Do not think about anything, do not think about what anybody said, do not think about what I have already said. Only thing is follow their instruction and let it happen, whatever it is happening to you. Because as I'm telling it repeatedly, it will be completely unique to you, completely unique to you. There is nothing is going to be repeated when you will experience it. Okay, so that was overall experience of me being in BSP and in Soonya. Now, what is the procedure as the qualification or prerequisite for these programs? First, you have to do Sambhavi, you have to complete your mandala, and then you have to apply for BSP and Soonya. Basically, people again talk about go for BSP first, then Soonya, and I think also that's the right way to do it. But if you go for the other way around as well, there is no issue in that, because these two programs are not linked to each other. But if you are doing it consecutively, then there is a problem, because you have to break your mandala. And since you are initiated into Soonya and you are doing the Saktichalana Kriya is a really powerful process that you are doing. So it is not recommended that you should break your mandala, because in the beginning you are in a certain way, the way you are approaching is different. Okay, so I would not recommend you to break your mandala. So it's better that if you complete your mandala, then you go for BSP. Or if you are going for the BSP first, then Soonya, then it is best. Now, price wise, you can find those prices in the website only. There is nothing more, but I have already heard from some people that they were trying Bhavaspandana for last 4 years, but still not getting confirmed. But since we are in Sadhanapada, they made sure that we go through these programs, because somewhere they want the Sadhanapada people to get transformed completely. They want the Sadhanapada people to become someone when they go out of this ashram that they were not before. So they are trying to transform them as much as possible. So instead of trying to sort something from the mind level, trying to give some tricks, techniques to thought, balance your thoughts and all, they are fundamentally working upon it. So fundamentally they are working in the Sadhanapada as well. So if you are planning to come for Sadhanapada, then I can assure you that this is definitely going to work. Now, if I talk about my own experience about how these two things transformed me, particularly in Sadhanapada and after going through this BSP and Soonya, I would say these two things came in my life at the right time, because I was desperately waiting for something that could enhance my spiritual growth, because somewhere I was feeling stagnant. I knew that Sambhavi is helping me, yogasanas are helping me, my sebas, the way I'm taking this intensity on were helping me. But after going through these programs, the questions that I had for very long that I never thought are going to be answered in these 2 programs got answered. So particularly, as I've already mentioned, the Saktichalana Kriya, how to channelize the energy to the different aspect of your body. I was seeing everybody doing Saktichalana Kriya, but I did not know that it is actually that kind of a Kriya. So the programs gave me what I have never expected, but the program did not give me what I have expected. But there have been some aspect inside the BSP that I was thinking that how to approach this kind of a situation in my life, and BSP did to me amazingly. And I just wanted to bow down to Sadhguru and the program that he have created for normal human being to experience, because somewhere as a spiritual seeker, I wanted to experience something beyond me. Please give it to me. And I had no clue that how to go for it. I did experience Soonya by my own self as well. When I experienced Soonya out there, I felt that this is something that I've experienced. But around Soonya, what are the other things? Like, what are the conditions that has to be fulfilled? And what are the problems that can be done if you do Soonya more? So around that, whatever there were, if I would have gone through those things by my own experience, I have done Soonya for a very long time, and I have tried to observe my body, how my body is responding to it, the rules, the regulations of Soonya. It would have taken me easily around 60-70 years. And the one thing, to experience that damn one thing only, my entire life would have gone. But Soonya, in just 4 days, he explained the process, he explained the rules and regulations. Entire 60 years, I just saved myself. So that is how it felt. If you try to learn BSP, if you try to experience BSP by your own self, it will take you around 20-30 years if you are very intense. They say Ramakrishna Paramahansa took 18 years to experience it. But when they are packaging over here, so again, it depends upon how you are receiving it, how you are preparing your body, and based on that you are going to receive it. So I am not going to assure you that this is going to happen to you. But what they have packaged is literally valuable and invaluable, I would say. You cannot add a value to it. You cannot add a price tag to it. In terms of life, if you experience yourself, then these 2 things invaluable. If you do not accept yourself as a life or just a mental thought processes and all, then these things will also hit you, but not to the best extent. So that is how it will go. But more about the program, if you want to know, then it's better that I would recommend you to go to the website. These red ants are just biting me all over my legs right now. So that was all about these experiences and things that you should take care before going to the BSP and Soonya. Thank you so much for watching, and it was a literally best experience during this program of me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.